Coming to you live with the most spiciest, poppinest audience on Periscope. I'm your host, Tamara Bubble, and you gon' get got. Invite your friends and followers. Show starts. What up, Matt Rock? Show starts as soon as the theme song is over. If you know any artists, or if you are an artist, invite your followers. Invite the other artists, your friends and family. What up, Tax Realm? Thanks everybody for joining. We're gonna get started as soon as the theme show ends. Hey, 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 hey. We're about to expose these scammers. Invite your people. It's about to get scandalous. Tap those hearts if you can hear the sound good, if the lighting is good. Supposed to be showing you guys this side of it. We are live. You are in the right place. And we're about to get started. Hey, hey. Happy Monday to you all. Thanks for inviting your people. I appreciate it. I'm the host. I'm Tamara Bubble. This is another episode of You Gon' Get Got, where we expose scammers on the regular. And you guys help me do this. I love how interactive Periscope is, and that's why we on here. So we're going to get right into it. This is, hey, bae. What up, El Mason? This is episode 7, Big Fat Scam Lady, College Tour Bandit. And we're about to get right into it. This episode has been brought to, well, this episode is sponsored by Dasani Purified Bottled Water. So, guys, this is in my Amazon store. If you guys want to get the water, it's in my Amazon store, and that bit.ly link is bit.ly/all-things-bubbly. That's actually on my regular channel, but that's the sponsor for this episode, and let's get right into the show, shall we? Scammer alert, scammer alert. So guys, when you hear me say that, scammer alert, that's the first segment of the show, and the next person that you see on the screen is our scammer for this week's episode. What we do when that person pops up, if you know how to take a screenshot on your phone, you're good. Take the screenshot and share it to Twitter. That is how you guys help me expose these scamming hoes. So let's get right into it. Scammer alert, scammer alert. I need to see those screenshots popping up. You'll know if you took a screenshot because you'll see it float up right with those hearts. Take the screenshot the same way you do on your regular phone. The power button and the home button will usually do it. All right, so the scammer for this week's episode is Sharon Reed. This is actually her LinkedIn profile. She got nerve to be LinkedIn. Yes, and AKA the emails that she uses is Rihanna Lewis, TV rep. She goes by Rihanna Lewis as well. She also goes by Monique, I believe it's Robinson. You'll see it on the contract. The person that got scammed this time was me. Like, this is a personal story. So, like I said, I host this show. This is the reason why I created this show. I got a lot. I'm an entertainer, a songwriter, an actress, and in pursuing my daily dreams of entertainment, you get scammed. You're going to learn the business or you're going to get scammed trying to figure it out. So eventually you learn it. And so I did this show to give you guys some tips and also to give you guys, let you know who's scamming. So it's one less person that can scam you. If you've been scammed, make sure, let me just pull that up. I'm going to put it on the screen. This is the email you send an email to. If you have been scammed before, and especially if you've been scammed by Sharon Reed, please make sure you send an email to ithinkigotgot@gmail.com. And we will share your story. Make sure you send all like the juicy details and all that stuff. We need the details so that we can expose this person properly. So like I said, you guys can take a screenshot of this scammer, Sharon Reed. She's scamming tons of artists. Like, let me just say this. The people she has been scamming for longer than like Oh man, then some people have even been born. Like, she has made a career out of this, and we're going to go through the history of her scams. But we're first going to tell my story, of course. So, this was in like November 2012. So this was a while ago. Like I said, as I was learning the industry, I got a lot. And so I'm going to, thanks for sharing and inviting your followers, guys. I appreciate that. So Sharon Reed, I got a lot. And this was an email, the first email of contact. So tip number one. Okay, so she said, I'm contacting you regarding your college tour you replied to on Craigslist. So, okay, first of all, tip number one, beware if you're using Craigslist to get shows, but like I said, I was a green thumb. I was learning it, and I just wanted to perform. I was always eager to perform, and that's actually how scammers get you, because then they prey off of your dreams, off your passion, off your intensity for it, and usually make rash decisions, because it's like, tour? What? Usually when an artist hears a tour, it's like, oh, I'm on it. I'm there. You know me. I always use my hashtag bubble on deck. I'm there. I'm doing it. Yep. So that's how they get you. But so the email says, I'm contacting you regarding college tour you replied to on Craigslist. Next up, College Tour 2013 is seeking bands and performers to do a 6 college tour from February to March of 2013. The pay for the tour, so it was paid. It wasn't like I was just like, well, that's what they'll say. The pay for the tour is $3,000 for 6 dates. And we will have, and college is my demographic, so it made sense for me. We will have a meeting in person on December 3rd. By the way, we did meet her in person. So normally a scammer will hide and they'll ask for money over online, and you'll never actually see them. We met her, and like, what? You putting your face out there? Okay, boo, I got you. We will have a meeting in person December 3rd Monday in Raleigh, North Carolina from 7 to 11 p.m. I went to that meeting, met her. I was all, fake smiles and phoniness. And yeah, this tour is going to be great. You're going to get a lot of free promotion. Each group is required to pay a registration fee. So this is how I got scammed, to hold your spot. And it goes towards marketing and advertising setup. So me, I'm not afraid of marketing and investing in my career. I know it costs money to put things together, and I know this is an indie tour. And so that's why I was like, okay, I know colleges have budgets, and most of the college shows are paid. So it sounded pretty legit. You pay $500 to help with yes, scammers are more bolder now than ever. Yes, absolutely top show. So it would cost $500 to pay for the marketing. So we're kind of pitching to pay for the marketing, the advertising, the promotion, and then we would in turn get paid from the colleges. So it made sense, no brainer. You get exposure. You're talking about my life. Yes, J.O. Paul, I'm glad you're on here. So let me just put it back on Sharon. Let me just hold it on the scammer so that you guys can screenshot and share this on Twitter while I'm talking. So that was the deal. That was the jig. You'll get $3,000 from 6 college tour shows. Plus you'll get, exposure. She was setting up interviews, or she said she was setting up radio and TV interviews. And then she was also like, oh, I can get you on a TV show. Make sure you send in and that, all that extra add-on is just to get you more excited. This is another tip. If you notice that a person is always giving like bonus things before you finish the first thing, like if you're going to do business with a person and they're already inviting you, like say you buy a bottle of water, and then the next minute they're trying to sell you a whole notebook, or they're trying to sell you a whole shelf of water, or they're trying to sell you, like they're jumping into the next thing before you even finish with the first deal that you set up. That's kind of a red flag. Also, another red flag for her. Now, mind you, this is her LinkedIn profile. I read through her profile. She's been doing this for 17 years. She said she's been in the industry. And she has one connection. I don't know if you guys see that. Like one connection. You're on LinkedIn. You've been in the industry for 17 years, and you only found one person on LinkedIn that you that you managed to connect with. So that's like another red flag. If these people don't have history on the internet has been around longer than I've been alive. Like longer than a lot of you have been alive, especially if you're aspiring artist or actor and this is brand new for you and you're in your teens or your 20s or whatever. The internet has been around now, like since the 80s or late 80s to 90s or whatever. The point is, if they don't have history on the internet and there's somebody that's in the industry that apparently has worked with major labels, right, just crooks. How do you not have any tracking online? How do you have one connection on LinkedIn and you've been in the game for 17 years? What? So these are things that you have to look for, and you really have to do. Just spend an hour doing research, because you will find out that these people are scammers. They really are. So let's just get back to it. So yeah, she's sent that email. Contact Miss Sharon or Duchess. I don't know who that is, and that's the phone number right there. And thanks and remember music matters. They're always so cheesy and they're always so extra with it and just like, oh. So this is a copy of the contract. Hi, Rackfits. This is a copy of the contract. This is really small, guys. So I know you guys probably can't see that, and I apologize. Because I think if I zoom in, you're going to not be able, like, I got to be able to read it. So I'll try to zoom in that much. So it says this performance agreement is made and entered into on November 24th between Next Up College Tour 2013. So another thing to keep in mind, they will give out contracts. Like, don't think that they're afraid of contracts, because when you really think about it, if you give me a contract and I sign it and we agree to it and that's not your name, you're not legally bound to anything. Like, how can I sue you? You're not even using your real name. So I don't know if this is her real name, but I've been scammed before by people that did not use their real name. So you want to make sure that you when they send you the contracts, yeah, you can feel like that's a little bit more comfort that they're signing their name to something, but sometimes they don't sign their real name. Remember, her name is Sharon Reed, and she also has Monique Robinson up here. But if you look at the emails that she sends, it says Rihanna Lewis. You guys may not be able to see that, but I'm reading it to you so you know. In the email, you're Rihanna Lewis, but on contract, on paper, you're Sharon Reed and Monique Robinson. Like what? Like what? Like, well, how many people are you? So that's another thing to look at. When their email names don't agree to their actual names when you meet them in person, if you meet them in person, or on contract, if it's a different name, chances are they're scamming. And these are things that I didn't look for when I first started. I was very naive and just very excited. So Next Up College Tour. This was the contract. It says whose business address is 11010 Lake Grove Boulevard in Morrisville, North Carolina, 27560. And what I want, wow, doesn't match up. Yes, exactly. Also, on this address, she's a career criminal. Absolutely. Also, on this address, when I Googled the address, you know where it took me? Because when I looked on the contract, I was like, oh, wait, maybe I could sue her. Because she got a contract, she got a name, whatever. I Googled the address. It's a UPS store. So these are things you want to look at. When someone sends you a contract, Google the address. See, does it go to their actual business address? Oh, you work at UPS, or you doing business out the UPS mailbox? A word, that's your street address. So a lot of times when they're scamming, they don't want to use a PO box because that's like not a physical address. They want to lead on. Most people, when they have a business, yes, she will get hers. Most people, when they have a business, it's more professional to use a street name. It's more, I guess, convincing that you have an actual physical location. But it's nothing wrong with having a P.O. box. But when they're scamming, if they give you a street address and you Google it and it's the UPS store, I would red flag that as well. Because they're perpetrating that they have a street address and they don't. Oh, go visit me at my office. But they'll never invite you to their office. And then when you Google the office, you'll see that it's actually a UPS store. So she probably just rented out a mailbox there, but she's pretending like that's her actual physical office location. So she listed the 6 colleges that we will be performing at for $3,000. Let me turn around so you can see it. Up here in this box up here, it says $3,000, a set fee for 6 shows. And this was where it says Sharon Reed and Monique Robinson. Never met Monique Robinson, have no idea who that is. But the emails, her email name in Gmail was Rihanna Lewis. So, you know, for whatever that's worth. So this next thing is the invoice when we had paid $250 and there was another $250 due. Remember, it was $500 for marketing and promotion. She wants money payments by Money Pack, the green card. That is another red flag, guys. If these people don't want a paper trail, that is a problem. If they say, oh, Western Union, MoneyGram only, Money Pack, whatever that stuff is, they don't want to do PayPal, if they don't want to do in-face and give you an actual receipt, she's the devil. Oh, that's something you look out for. That's another tip. The payment method can be really dicey. And so she'll warm you up to, oh yeah, I'll invite you in person, but she's accepting payment by a green pack or money card or whatever, and not giving you any proof of receipt. Well, you'll get it from the store, but you know what I mean. It's not the same thing. So let me turn this back around. So she's saying on here, to add, egg on whatever she's doing. This is an email titled TV show filming. Perhaps we can arrange a filming for tomorrow on Thursday. This will be big because if the pilot is picked up, it will be broadcast on network TV CW22. They will always try to give you some other incentive to hurry up and pay, to hurry up and finish your deposit, to hurry up and do all of this stuff. So long story short, we paid the deposit, and then this is in February of 2013. So like 2 or 3 months later when the tour is supposed to actually start. Because remember, the tour is supposed to go from February to March 2013. This is saying, attention performers, the show itinerary will be sent out Tuesday, and there will be one show on Saturday, March 3rd. You give the arrival date, the sound check time. There'll be no radio this week or college stop this week. There'll be 2 radio interviews and 2 college stops. Like, just look at the amount of effort that a scammer will go through. Let me just show you this stuff. Like, you're emailing back and forth. You're meeting in person. You're sending contracts. You're sending email after email. And all of this is to gain your trust. Look at that smile. Look at the little scammy dimples. Oh, I'm glad you're doing this. It helps a lot. Thank you, Top Shelf. I appreciate that. Yeah, this is for you guys. Like, I'm in the industry. I'm still pursuing my dreams. I'm not going to give up. But I don't want another artist to give up because they can't handle the scam. Like, a lot of people get discouraged when they get scammed. And so that's another main reason why I did this show, so that we can expose these scammers, so you know who it is, so you know how to save money, so you know how to at least not get got by them. And then you, in turn, you come on, if you've been scammed, be bold and share it and exploit these people, expose these scammers for who they are, so that other people can save money. Like, somebody gonna pop off. So I'm gonna do my best to make sure that somebody pops off. But look at all the effort. Like, you have these contracts, you're sending out email after email, meeting in person, phone calls, follow up, even like this was another kicker. This is all hotel confirmation. So this was another email I tried to fit on here as much as I could. Next up, College Tour 2013, hotel confirmations for the 6 tour stops in each of the cities. They were mostly in North Carolina and Georgia and Atlanta. But actually, like I said, she has a long history, and we're going to get to her long history because she's been scamming back and forth from North Carolina to Ohio. But this right here is a confirmation number for the hotel, like saying when we would check in, when we would check out, and it's done for each hotel that she had set up. So like, they go through a lot of effort. And this is actually how I confirmed that this was her on LinkedIn, because I met her in person, but like I said, this has been a while, so I didn't remember. Yeah, she copy and paste. Those are probably fake confirmation numbers. But if you, I actually stay at Marriott a lot. So if you know these hotels, this actually looks like what the confirmation number will look at like. All she did was just copy and paste and change the information to suit her scam situation. So, but if you look up top here above the scammer alert, this was her confirmation email. And this is how I actually connected her to her LinkedIn profile. Because like I said, I met her in person, but I never took pictures, whatever. It wasn't like, hey girl, let's take a photo and put it on Instagram. I don't really like to do all that stunting. If I'm at a networking event, that's one thing. But I didn't really know who she was from a can of paint. I didn't want a picture with her. So this One Source Business email, I went to Google her because I had to find a photo for you guys so you guys could share her and take screenshots of her and share it to Twitter. So if you haven't done that, you can do that right now. But if you look right here, it says, please feel free to contact me at onesourcebusiness@yahoo. So that's how I know this is her, because she's using that same email. But she's using multiple emails. And so this was a hotel confirmation. Needless to say, when the tour was supposed to go down, never heard from her again. Right? So you guys know the story. That's how it works. You give them the money and then they disappear. That's just what it is. But her situation, she's actually a repeat offender. On this show, we usually have first-time scammers that we expose. And then we also have, if you guys been scammed and it's been somebody that we featured on the show, we invite you to come on the show and share your story, and we'll feature it as a repeat offender. She starts off as a repeat offender, and because this photo is her as well. Guys, there is an entire website of people that have been scammed by her before. So she's already created an online history, and she's still at it. And let me tell you, this scamming goes back to 2005. She probably was scamming before then, but it still stems back, starting from there. That's where they started tracking her. On here, she's going by the name of Sharon Annette Reed. Right. Scammer alert, repeat offender. But she's going by Sharon Annette Reed, R-E-I-D. On this photo, it's Sharon Reed, R-E-E-D. So they make little variations of the names. And then also, like I told you, her email, she uses Rihanna Lewis. So like, okay, yeah, she's scamming. And then this is Columbus, Ohio. So apparently it says on here that the FBI is looking for her. This is not funny. But she was doing the same scams. So it's been reported that Sharon Annette Reed, a.k.a. Annette Reed, promoter of Universal Music Group, has used her contacts at Universal to trick indie labels and unsigned rappers out of thousands of dollars. So I thought it was bad. I got for $500. There have been people that have gotten for way more. This was 3 more emails that she was using. They said she frequently uses Yahoo addresses, but she must have stepped up her cookies and hopped on over to Gmail to continue scamming, because the email that I got scammed by was a Gmail address. So, but it's definitely the same person. She was in Atlanta doing a lot of her scams. So North Carolina, if you guys know anybody in North Carolina, Atlanta, and Ohio, share this episode, share this broadcast, take a screenshot of this scammer and share it to Twitter. And you do that by pressing the power button and the home button at the same time. So I'm going to read to you a few of the comments that was left under there so you know just how far this is going back. This is January 2005. She is still out here scamming. Oh, and let me just, first of all, let me turn the screen around. The reason why I exposed her on this episode, like I said, this happened like a while ago. I forgot about the situation. I got an email recently from that same email address. Like, she's still at it. And so I was like, oh, okay, you bold. Okay, so you forgot you scammed me. Now you're coming back. You need sponsors for something. Now you want to do more fake business. Okay, let me put you out of business. So that was the situation. I've gotten scammed for way more money. So this amount was like, okay, water under the bridge. I was good. And so I look, and you're still at it. Okay, so you're making a career out of this. And so let me show you guys the some of the letters. This is from 2005. Look, 2015 is over in about 10 days. This is ridiculous. Miss Reed has told us that our artist, Miss Infinity, was going to be the headliner for this tour, brand new flavor tour. So she was still doing the same tour scams. I'll get you a tour, major tour, or college tour. Give me the money up front for the marketing promotion, and you'll get paid shows. So that's her gimmick. And some people do have legit shows. Let me just say this too. I don't want artists to think that if anybody charges you for a tour that it's a scam, because it is not. Major artists pay for tours, and they pay upwards of $50,000 to get on tours with other major artists, depending on who's the headliner. And their label will pay for that. That's just built into the budget. And just if you're signed to a major label, they have to get you out there. So they're gonna pay for you to be on a tour. And you'll do paid shows in between, but that major tour that you get on to open up for, you had to pay for that. So you will pay for tours as an artist. I want to put that out there, but you need to do your research. If this isn't somebody that comes highly recommended or someone that you know personally and you've been following their career and you know they're legit, research, please. Like this, to find this scam that she did in 2005, all you had to do was Google Sharon Reed scam. Like all you have to do is Google the person's name along with the word scam. If you're contemplating, I don't know this guy, I don't see much history about him, Google their name with the word scam and Google and just see what pops up. There may be an entire website of people that have gotten got. And so there was for Miss Reed. So this says, after checking her out, she told us that Universal said that she may be the female rapper of the year. This was his artist. And this tour would take our artists from the underground to the mainstream. Thank you. No, thank you guys for tuning in and helping share this. After checking her out, called Universal and Universal repped her. So apparently she did work for Universal at one point. Or maybe that's where she started scamming when she, I don't know, probably lost her job or whatever, and before she had created a bad name for herself. So I agreed that this was something that would take our artist to the next level. In addition to selling a lie, this scam artist is tarnishing the name of Universal Music Group. So of course, she's not actually tarnishing the name of Universal. We know Universal is legit. What it is like people that get fired, maybe they're bitter, maybe they're, I can't think of the word that I want to say for it. Irate or, like when you go postal, like just bitter from the getting fired or whatever, it usually turns out bad. And you usually try to use your name and your resume and your history of being with a legit company. But that's usually where they go sour. Like something went wrong. Maybe they were legit at one point, but now they no longer are. So the next comment says, this bee scammed me for $1,500. It was for a model portfolio and to hire her as a casting agent for music videos. So that's why your name is so important, because when you have a name, people will do business with you on the strength of your name. And if they convert over to scammers, you don't know that. Like you're going off of, this person's from Universal, or they did casting directing services, or they book artists for tours. You're knowing them from their legit standpoint. And it takes a while to get the word out that the person is scamming now. And so it's been going on since 2005, 10 years, like whole decade. Like I got nieces that are younger than her scams. Like that's ridiculous. So the next person said, I've been looking for this bee for a minute. Sorry, I don't mean to laugh. This is not funny, but it's like, I can't believe that there's so many people. She got me for $5,000, guys. It was a spring break party with BT. This bee be knowing real peeps, and that's how she's able to pull this S off. It's a family affair with this bee. She's got 2 sisters and 1 brother in Ohio that roll with her. Word is her sister Karen is the main dog. Thanks for posting this site. Now I know what's up. So he's admitting that, hey, I got, and I'm glad to see that other people have got too. Well, not glad to see that, but glad to know that this girl is scamming and that they're exposing her. So you guys have to help expose. When we show... Sorry, those emojis threw me off guard. Yes, piles of doodle. Yes. Not going to say the other word. So anyway, so this is another person. I'm glad this bee is finally exposed. She hit me up last summer for $2,000 for a kids tour. That's her MO, the tours. She's going from brand flavor new tour to college tour to kids tour, like whatever she can say to entice you, to BET tour, whatever she can say that, and she'll smile and she'll look, she smiles. Like, she smiles. But she is scamming you, guys. So I want you guys to know who she is and what she does. And yeah, so that's her story. 10 years, 17 years in the business, 10 years of scamming that we are aware of. It's probably been going on longer than that. And it was 10 years. It's 10 years as of now. Like I said, I got an email recently, so she must have forgot who she scammed. And so that's why I decided to expose her, because it was like, what? So you're not done. Oh, you're still working? Oh, okay, so you're still ruining artists' dreams. Okay, I got you, girl. I got you, boo. And so here we are. So that was the first episode. Tap those hearts if you like that. And we're going to go right into the next episode. You guys can invite your people. Let me play just like a little intermission real quick. And you guys go ahead and invite your people. I'm going to pull up the next segment. It's called Oh No They Didn't. She'll get caught eventually, and she will be, yes, she will. Yeah, it doesn't end well when they find you. When people finally get fed up and they find you. So this next segment is called Oh No They Didn't. This is our viewer letter segment, guys. If you guys know somebody that did something trifling, it doesn't even have to be in the entertainment industry. This is for you guys, the viewers, to just give us what happened with your situation. If you want to expose somebody for doing something trifling, it doesn't have to be a scam, and it doesn't have to be entertainment related. Or if you need advice, just send an email to ithinkigotgot@gmail.com. And let's get to this letter. The letter today comes from, sorry, I keep on flipping. The letter today, it's an Ask the Bubble question. So this is an advice column letter, and this is from Greg. So now let me turn it around, and I'll read you guys the letter. It says, UgonGetGot, I need your advice. What do you think about me doing an EDM album or straight pop? Or should I just leave R&B altogether? So this is actually an artist-related advice. Should I do EDM, electronic dance mix, or pop? Should I not bother with R&B? So this is kind of hard to answer because, one, we don't know what all you do, and we don't know how each of your genres sound. I think I got at gmail.com. Yes, that's the email to send if you've been scammed, and also if you like to send in your viewer letters. So for Greg, I'll just give this advice, and you guys can chime in too and give some advice in the corner. So basically your question is, should you do multiple genres? I would always say do whatever you feel. I'm an entertainer myself. I do pop, I do jazz, I do hip hop, I do R&B, and I do soul. And I do it all, and I blend the genres, and sometimes I sing rap and scat all in one genre. You will find your audience. So do what you feel, do what you desire. If it's 5,000 genres, it doesn't matter. Like you don't listen to just one genre of music. You can listen to a country song in the store. You can come out of the store and hear R&B, and you can like all of it. So just do the music that your heart feels. Your fans will appreciate it, your versatility. Most major artists, they'll have like a niche that they start with, but then eventually they go to all the other genres and they dabble and they try this EDM track. And so experiment, find your sound. So you want to do that. That's my advice on that one. So we're going to go to the next segment, which is called Say Something Nice. This is the part of the show where we don't just beat you up. We want to give you guys resources that you can go to that are legit, that are not fraudulent. So if you guys want to recommend a dope entertainment professional, or if you want to leave a review, if you use somebody's services, if you went on a tour with somebody that was legit, Let us know so that we can shout those people out, so that these artists out here and models that are looking for resources and actors that are looking for resources can find positive, legit stuff in the indie community. The indie community doesn't have that like bond, that like look out for each other. And so that's why I did this show as well. If you do want to recommend someone, send the email to ithinkigotgot@gmail.com. The person that we're going to say something nice about today is K100 Radio. So shout out to those guys. It's an online internet radio station. So this would be good for you artists. You can send your music to K100radio@gmail.com. Tell them UgonGetGot sent you. Tell them we said something nice. They're a dope indie radio station. They have a decent amount of viewers, and they also have a segment that airs each week called Ill or Kill. It airs weekly on Blog Talk Radio. Like I said, you'll get real feedback from people that you don't know. You'll get good feedback. If it's bad, they'll let you know. You go back in the studio and do it over. Like, don't be offended by feedback. Whether it's good or bad, at least you know where you stand. Because if someone is telling you they don't like your song, they're telling you they wouldn't buy it. So you want to know who would buy your music. You want to get the feedback if it's bad, so that if it's something you fix, you fix. If it's their personal preference, maybe it's one person. If everybody you meet says they don't like that song, you're not going to sell that song. Why put it up on iTunes? So that's just something you want to look out for. Send your music to K100radio@gmail.com. Like I said, it's a really dope online radio station, and you will get exposure because they do have a decent listenership. And so I want to shout these guys out and say something nice. So let's go to our last segment, and we're almost done with the show, guys. Thanks for sticking in and tuning in. I appreciate that. This last segment of the show is called Don't Quit Your Day Job. What we do with this segment is the person that's been scammed, which in this case is moi. But if you guys send in your music and your scam story, or your acting clips and your scam story, we will play your talent during this segment, and we'll have our audience give you feedback. Like I said, you want the feedback from as many people as possible, so you'll know whether you need to improve, or so you'll know whether to keep on going and keep making that dope music. So if the music is good, thumbs up. If the music is bad, thumbs down, guys, even for me. Like, I'm an artist too, so I want to know. I want feedback. If the music sucks, here's what you do. You tell me. Don't quit your day job, boo. You just be like, you know what? You should just keep hosting this show. Just don't even put out no more albums, girl, because it is not working, okay? The cards are not in your favor, and them notes, you are not hitting them right. So what I'm going to do right now is play a little bit of a song, and you guys can give me your honest feedback. This is one of my songs. I don't play the whole thing, by the way. So if you're an artist, do not send a mixtape. I'm not playing the whole thing. Like, I'll play like a minute of the song or the video or whatever your talent is. And, whoops. Let me just bring that back up. This track is called I'm You. And you guys just leave your feedback, tap those hearts if you like it, thumbs down if you don't. Let's give artists honest feedback.
I am first. I cause you think you're not needed. Because it's all the same when the trigger you're pulling. The heart filled with hate.
Hey, I see the hearts flowing. I appreciate that, guys.
You know stereotypes are always back cause I'm you. We both do the same thing every time. We scream when we're angry, we're mean and we're sorry. But I'm not judging. I'm you. I'm you.
Cool, guys. I appreciate that feedback. So this has been another episode of You Gon' Get Got, episode 7, Big Fat Scam Lady. And what I'm going to do at this very moment, you guys can follow us on Periscope. If you're not, tap that little Perry in the lower right-hand corner. We air a live episode each and every single Monday. We exposing these scammers. If you've been scammed before, please send us an email to ithinkigotgot@gmail.com, and we would love for you to be a guest on the show. So you can share your story, so you can help out the indie community, and so that we can get these scammers to go get a real job. Yes, that song is money. I appreciate that. Thank you, guys. So this has been another episode of You Gon' Get Got, and what I'm going to do as we leave the building, I'm going to bring back up the scammer so you guys can get one more good juicy look. And I'm not doing a good job of finding her. There she goes. That's our scammer. You guys can take a screenshot. Sharon Reed, hold that power button shout you out, Team Lion. But we'll get to that in a future episode. That's dope. I appreciate your support. I want to definitely say something nice about you soon. So stay tuned.
Smart you are. Smart you are. If you don't do your homework, don't get smart you are.
Thanks, guys, for tuning in. I always appreciate your feedback, your comments, your voting for the artists, and really encouraging them to continue on.
You gon' get got. Don't care how smart you are if you don't do your homework. You gon' get got.
I know you guys see this look like suspenders. This is actually so I can hold the camera on here sturdy, and so I have my two hands to wave. Hello, 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 and thank you all for tuning in. I think I got at gmail.com. You're absolutely right, Top Shelf. That's where you send an email. If you have a viewer letter, if you've been scammed, all that good stuff, all that bad stuff. This has been another episode of You Gon' Get Got. I'm your host, Tamara Bubble. Signing off, Bubble on deck. Thank you all for tuning in.